Through portraits, we explore not only the likeness of a person, but also their experience, their spirit, and moments with them. We explore objects and details that represent our relationships and ideas of them. Sometimes they are someone we know deeply. Other times our connection is slight, imagined, or hopeful. This exhibit represents a range of work by area artists in a variety of media. The cancellation of the March 15th opening reception for Portraiture has forced these pieces of art to go unseen. However, that stops today. We hope you will enjoy the stunning works and understand a little bit more as the artists tell you about their creations.
This is Changing the Nashville Sound, a portrait of Americana musician Amanda Shires. A lot of my work features musicians. I enjoy live music, and I am inspired by the faces, body postures, and concentration I see in musicians. I like capturing the dramatic stage lighting as well. Music is not one of my talents, however, so I have to be satisfied with creating a visual representation. It is my way of being part of the experience and sharing it with others. I usually work from photos that I've taken or which my husband has taken. This artwork is colored pencil with a bit of pan pastels used to create the background. I am a resident artist at Water Street Studios in Batavia, where you can see more of my musician-themed art. Look for Lisa Youngdahl, Studio number 16.
Hi, I'm Geoffrey Brooks, and I'm an artist. My current artwork is sort of a combination of graphic arts and photo portraiture that's then rendered in automotive sprayed paints. So it's a pretty unique process that a lot of people like to talk about. So let's talk about it. First off, I usually have a pretty detailed sketch of what I want before I start anything. It all starts in the sketchbook. And then once that's kind of pounded out, often I'll do a mock-up either on a computer or maybe a pastel drawing or something like that, and get an idea of what I think the finished product's going to look like. And then I'll tap a model that I can have contact with. Usually they're just normal, average people that I've met through day-to-day life. Sometimes they're actual working models that I've met, but often they're just, a person on the train I met. I'm like, hey, will you sit for me? We'll do a photo session. It's just shot in my kitchen. I have some a light set up, but it's not a fancy studio or anything. So after I get the photographs, with any luck, I've got what I kind of came to get, and we're good to go. Other times I'll find like a little gem in there. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be good, just good as a photograph and not even as a full painting. But when I go to do the paintings, I do this weird process of spraying with an automotive spray gun. I use automotive paint, and I get the shapes by masking off with these adhesive back stencils that I cut. It's extremely time intense, but this is the results, and I really dig it, and I think they're cool. So yeah, each one is one of a kind because the paints are mixed individually and the stencils are destroyed in the process of making the painting. So unlike screen printing where you could kind of do a multiple of multiples and multiples, this one you get the one shot to make it work. So anyway, that's my process. Thanks for listening to all that. My contact is Geoffrey Brooks. You can hit a .com on that if you want to check it out on an old website, or you can do that same handle for Instagram. All right, thanks a lot. Bye.
This is Lisa Youngdahl again. The pretty nurse is selling poppies. Does that sound familiar to you? It's a lyric from Penny Lane by the Beatles. I created this artwork to be in a colored pencil exhibition sponsored by Beatree Studios in Geneva. It had the theme of Penny Lane. However, I didn't realize that the theme was referring to Penny Lane in the series Downton Abbey, not the Beatles. In my interpretation of the theme, I researched the objects mentioned in the song, finding royalty-free photographs of a World War II British nurse, poppies in a tray, and I knew that the wall on Penny Lane is brick. I am a graphic designer and assembled these elements into a realistic montage in Photoshop to use as a reference for my colored pencil artwork. I was very happy with how the brick wall turned out. Capturing textures in 2D art fascinates me. Viewers are often surprised that my work is created with colored pencil, and the depth of color achieved looks more like a painting.
My name is Kathleen Tieriton, and I did 2 portraits in the Portraiture exhibit. One is a portrait of my mother when she was bringing home her first child. The second is of my son in our living room, and they're both done as relief prints. I think I've always been drawn to portraits as an artist and as someone who loves art because people mean so much to us. And I love looking at photos of family. I love looking at family portraits of people that I don't even know, whether it be from my own family or found in a thrift store. I just love the capturing of people. And I think it's because we can sometimes see those relationships. It evokes ideas of relationships, or it captures actual relationships that we have with other people.
Hello, my name is Josué. I live here in Batavia, Illinois. I have 2 of my paintings showing at the Batavia Fine Arts Centre. I'm going to talk about these paintings, a little bit of my style of painting. These paintings are 24 inches wide by 30 inches tall. So the scale of their figure, for example, are about life size if you look at them in person. They are both oil paintings on canvas using a method of layers of paintings to create a variety of visual effects. Brush strokes are very loose and visible with a lot of texture as well. I like to use the life-size scale when doing portraits and other subjects, as I think it amplifies the impression of reality. One of these paintings are available for sale. If you are interested, please contact the Batavia Fine Arts Centre for more information. For commissions like this and any subject you have in mind, please contact me at josuemoraes@hotmail.com, and my phone contact is 678-677-0457. Thank you.
This is my artwork, Music Major. I believe a portrait should tell a story. In Music Major, we see a little boy at a piano. Actually, he's my son, but to the casual viewer, what do we know about the boy? He's a very young child. You can tell by the way he's dressed. Is he taking his first lesson? Or is he just playing on the keys as children love to do? There's just enough detail to engage the viewer. The way the subject is looking at you. Is he hoping for approval, or has he been caught unaware? I didn't draw the entire piano. The keyboard is enough that we know what instrument's being played. There's just enough detail here that the viewer can interpret the meaning of the portrait and becomes more than a representation of the subject.
My first painting, Girl with a Peacock Earring, is about a girl gazing into a visual trance of where life has brought her. Behind that frozen blank state is so much more. Past events, hurt, lost, loneliness, found, still wanting more, confusion, yearning for more, and how it all fits together, bringing her to that state of a frozen gaze. My second painting, The Marathon, is all about my experience running marathons and being able to have a pedestal to put some of the relics I've saved, like my running bib and the pins from that marathon, instead of just throwing them away after the marathon or holding on to them for life and then when I pass, they go nowhere. Being able to give them another life. So putting that running bib inside a painting can help bring even that much more meaning to my painting. And it's just about that point when you're running past breaking point and pushing so hard your body enters a state of serenity and clarity. The only way to sustain is to let go. Letting go to allow your body to fall in a powerless state to gain any ounce of power that may be left. Closing your eyes only to see the sun's luminous warm colors guiding you to the end, guiding you past breaking point.
The arts are critically important to our lives at all times, but especially now, in these negative spaces. We're happy to bring you some positivity while we pause. We hope you've enjoyed this virtual tour of the Batavia Fine Arts Centre Gallery. For information on any of the artists or their artwork, including to purchase, please email us at bfac@bps101.net. That's bfac@bps101.net. Thank you to all of our artists who are a part of Portraiture.